Hello and welcome students. Let us see a poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. Lake Isle of Innisfree, that is composed by William Butler Yeats, whose life span is 1865 to 1939. He was an Irish poet and dramatist. He was awarded with Nobel Prize for the literature in 1923. He was the first person who was honored with this award, this prize, after the independence of Ireland. He has so more blessings in the literary. Now, he had given us a very beautiful poem, Lake Isle of Innisfree. Through the poem, you will get some depth. The poem is about the charm of a rural area. We will see the stanzas, go through the whole stanzas, then the view of the poet. But before it, I want to say the main points of the poem. The poet dreams of escaping and busy and crowded streets of London to a small island in a lake of which he had fond of childhood memories. See what he had desired. It is a simple natural place where he will build a cottage, grow 9 beans, have a beehive. He wanted to live alone there, listening to the sound of bees buzzing and then lapping of the lake water. The poem expresses a set of desire familiar in the modern world. He wanted to escape here with such a crowd, such a place of noisy, and wanted the peace. There are some poetic devices used. Later we will discuss. Before it, we have to discuss through the stanzas. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and watlets made. The poet, who wanted to get up in the very morning and then to go to Innisfree, a place of that lake island. When he wanted to make a cabin, a house, a hut, that will be of clay and wattles, the sticks, bamboos. 9 windows will I have there. Just I told the main points of the poet, where he had desired to have the 9 beam roads. Then he could find there the hive for the honeybee. Later it is that he wanted to live alone there and could get the sound of bees, and he will be delighted. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. See here how the poet wishes to get the peace. He thinks that in that rural area, that is a natural place where he can get peace easily, and that will come gradually in a slow motion, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. Now we discuss the morning time. That is just with the dew, with the curtain, and that very time he could hear the sound of cricket. Their midnights all a glimmer and noon a purple glow. Then he tells the natural phenomena, that natural scene of midnight, that will be with glimness and the purple glow of the noon. And evening full of the linnet swings. He discussed here to the birds, a kind of birds, linnet, finch bird, when they will fly high in the sky with the flapping of their wings, that will also give a pleasure to the poet. I will arise and go now. Once again, the repetition. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. In this stanza, third of this stanza, the poet tells about the same thing, that he will arise and go now, then he will find always night and day the sound of the lake water. That is a sweet sound when it will go to the shore and returns back sweetly. That will also please the poet. That will give a pleasant mood to the poet. What he thinks. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep hard score. The poet even imagines here, when he will leave that place and on the pavements or on any road he would be, even the time he could feel that all the pleasant moment, and that time he could be pleased. In the total, in the Hindi description, Hindi translation, I would like to say that the same, what the desire of the poet. But before it, there are some poetic devices used, that is alliteration, initial consonant sound repeated, then that is called alliteration. Where we will find such word of the alliteration, just lake water lapping with low sounds. Lake lapping, low. L sound is repeated here. That is alliteration. Metaphor, you see, there are many metaphors used here. Just for example, be loud, glad. How the sound of the bees making him delightment, making the poet pleased. That is metamorphosis used here. Onomatopoeia, it is just the sounds used in the poems. Whenever some non-living things make a sound, that is called onomatopoeia. Here, lapping with low sounds, lake water lapping with low sounds. The sound lapping is used here as onomatopoeia. And later, the repetition, what I told earlier, I will arise and go now, is repeated few of the times here in this poem. चैप्टर में पोएट जो है बताना चाहा कि कैसे वह शहरों की, सिटी की जो नॉइजी क्राउड है उससे वो ट्रबल्ड है, एंड देन उसने एक डिजायर किया कि वह रूरल एरिया में जाएगा, वहां की चार्म से वह ऑलरेडी जो है अवगत है, where he had spent a lot of time in his childhood. यह पोएट, इसने कुछ कल्पनाएं की हैं कि वहां जाएगा तो नियर दैट आइस फ्री, नियर अ लेक आइलैंड, वो क्या करेगा, एक अपना केबिन बनाएगा, एक हट बनाएगा जो क्ले और स्टिक्स का बना होगा, मेटल्स का होगा, और वहीं पर वो जो है 9 विंग रोज यानी विंग रोज तैयार करेगा, विंग्स प्लांट्स जो है उस वो लगाएगा. देन आफ्टर व्हाट ही विल फाइंड देयर, he will live alone there with beehive वहां बी हाइव मधुमक्खियों की छाता होगी, उसी के आसपास मधुमक्खियों की एक अलग जो बजिंग साउंड है उसको सुनकर जो लेक वाटर जो लैपिंग हो रहा है उसका जाकर शोर से टकराने से एक जो आवाज आ रही है उसकी मधुरता को सुनेगा। ये सारी चीजें जो सर्कमस्टांस है दैट विल प्लीज द पोएट। इवन वो पेमेंट्स किसी पगडंडी या किसी सड़क पर होगा तो ये सारी सर्कमस्टांस उसे जो है याद आएंगे और बड़ा खुश होगा। तो दिस इन दिस वे द पोएट हैज डिस्क्राइब्ड to escape himself from the crowd that noisy and wants to get the peace. That's okay. Thanks.